So recently I watched the Halloween franchise because I wanted to watch them for the Halloween season, but I just watched it late. But I'm here to review the movies and tell you my thoughts on them. And this one, I have the first Halloween. Now, if you haven't heard the story of Halloween following Michael Myers, somehow, Halloween opens in 1963 with a 6-year-old Michael Myers murdering his teenage sister Judith. Then it cuts to 1978 when he escapes a sanitarium and returns to his hometown Haddonfield to stalk and kill on Halloween night. Dr. Samuel Loomis, Michael's psychiatrist, follows because he believes Michael embodies pure, inexplicable evil. Laurie Strode, a teenage babysitter, becomes the primary target, and the film builds to a tense final confrontation between her and Michael. Michael Myers is referred to as the Shape in the credits, emphasizing his disconnect from reality and humanity. He's not driven by revenge or trauma, he just simply kills just to kill. This lack of motive turns him into a mythic figure, a blank canvas for fear. Haddonfield is a picture of a peaceful middle-class town with tree-lined streets, cozy homes, babysitting teens, and John Carpenter weaponizes this normalcy, showing how horror can take place in the most familiar places. The intrusion of violence into domestic life reflects anxieties about safety, innocence, and how easily horror can break. And the film's use of point of view shots, especially the opening murder scene, implicates you in Michael's perspective. This technique blurs the line between an observer and a predator, creating discomfort and complicity. Laurie Strode's arc from academic babysitter to resourceful survivor helped define the final goal trope which we use today in the horror community, where any woman can become a survivor of violence of any kind. Her vigilance and moral clarity contrast with her more carefree friends, showing how having awareness leads to survival. Carpenter's direction is lean and deliberate. He favors long takes, slow pans, and negative space, often framing Michael in the background or lurking just out of sight. And the camera becomes a character stalking alongside the killer. Cinematography uses steady camera work and natural lighting to enhance the realism and unease. The film's restraint is revolutionary, and in an era where grindhouse gore was used a lot, Halloween relies on suggestion and atmosphere, and the violence is brief and mostly bloodless, but the dread is pervasive. And that's where my opinion on this movie will differ from others, because I do enjoy the balance of atmosphere and dread with bloody kills and action, more than just the movie using the atmosphere and dread to create the unease, because to me it doesn't provide a satisfying enough payoff without the blood or the fast shock of it all. Because in this movie, Carpenter builds tension through rhythm, silence, and anticipation, not shock, which for me, I crave some of that shock value. The score doesn't just accompany the film, it defines it. It's inseparable from the experience, a sonic signature of dread that has become one of the most recognizable horror themes in cinematic history. Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode brings warmth, and intelligence, and vulnerability to Laurie. Her performance feels natural, making her terror feel real. She's not a superhero, she's a teenager who rises to the occasion. Curtis's portrayal laid the foundation for a new kind of horror hero, one that's capable, empathetic, and enduring. Donald Pleasence as Dr. Loomis lends gravitas and urgency to the film. His monologues about Michael's emptiness and evil elevate the narrative from slasher to psychological horror. Loomis is the film's moral compass and a man who has stared into the abyss and is desperate to warn others. Nancy Kyes and PJ Souls play Laurie's friends with charm and embodies carefree young teens, but I feel like some of the performances in the movie feel a bit overdramatic. More specifically, Nancy Kyes as Annie when she gets stuck in the window, and I just found her character to be annoying throughout the movie. But their fates highlight the film's theme of innocence lost. Halloween endures because it understands that fear is most impactful when it's least explained. Carpenter strips horror down to its essentials: a silent killer, a vulnerable hero, a town asleep. And through elegant direction, haunting music, and thematic depth, he created a film that's not just scary, it's archetypal. It's a reminder that the most terrifying monsters aren't the ones we understand, they're the ones that we can't understand. I give Halloween a B+. I know it's going to be low for people. It's a 7 out of 10 for me. But I think some of the Halloween movies are much better than this one. Let me know what your thoughts are on Halloween down below. Do you love it? Do you agree with me that it's a bit overrated? Because that's how I feel about it. I feel like the original Halloween is a bit overrated, but I acknowledge it and I respect it as it laid the foundations for all the slashers that we got today, basically. Besides Psycho, because Psycho is the original in my opinion. But yeah, let me know what you think about Halloween down below. And don't forget to like and follow.